Hi guys, it's Vanessa. I'm here to do a video for you today, and this video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be about sun care and sunscreen. So I'm a big avid user of sunscreen. I use a lot of it. I'm pretty fair skinned, and since I wear glasses, I get a lot of sun, like direct sun on my cheeks. So I've done a lot of those like sun scans before at like festivals and stuff, and I always have like sun damage here in the cheek area. And skin cancer is not a joke, and now that it is summer, I think it is more important than ever to remind you guys of sunscreen. So I just wanted to talk to you about different types of sunscreen and the different kinds that I use. Now, traditionally or normally what I have been using in the past is just like sunscreen I would buy at the drugstore. But for about the past year or so, I've been wanting to go more natural with my sunscreen, and I had kept doing research on it, and I'm actually going to link right here and down below. I will link to smallflowertv, which I've talked about before. They are two brothers who do reviews here for their internet site, which is smallflower.com. And they also have a super awesome store here in Chicago, Murs Apothecary, which I've done a haul for, which I'll link below if you want to see that haul. But anyways, they are super informative with stuff like this. They have sun care video every summer. So they just posted one not that long ago about their 2012 sunscreens, and there they talk a little bit more about like why you might want to go more natural with your sunscreen. So I think about a year or two ago, they had done a review on a certain line of sunscreen that I really wanted, and for some reason I just kept putting it off, and I recently got it, so I'm kind of switching out on my sunscreen. But I did want to show you both options, because even though I'm trying to be more natural with my products, you might not care about that, and that's totally fine. That's your own decision. And also some people, even if they want to be natural, they're just in a position where their budget or where they live or whatever doesn't allow them the opportunity to go and buy like organic, natural, mineral sun products. So I'm going to just show you stuff you could get right in your drugstore, as well as the more natural things if I have any. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is hair. And I think hair is something that people neglect a lot in the sun. They don't think about, like when you think about sunscreen or sun care, you don't really think about your hair. But if you think about the sun and how much heat your hair gets throughout the day, it is important to remember that, you know, that is heat to your hair, and it does affect it with the sun beaming down on it. So you do want some protection on it. I reach for my tried and true Jane Carter Revitalizing Leave-In Conditioner, and it says right there that it protects hair from heat styling and the sun. So any heat protectant that you like, this one is fantastic. I don't even need a drugstore version for this one, because this one is pretty earth friendly and also a drugstore option. It is now carried in select CVS's, also on CVS.com, or you can find it at Target or Target.com or Jane Carter, blah, blah, blah. I'll put all the stuff below where you can get it. But anyways, I just spritz this in my hair like I would, you know, any other thing, and you're going to get good conditioning from it, but you're also going to get protection from the sun. So I definitely recommend reaching for a heat protector in the warmer weather. Also a hat. I don't have a good summer hat. I need to get one. But a hat is also really good just to shield the sun from your face and off your hair. So definitely don't forget your heat protectant. Even if you're not blow drying or flat ironing your hair, the sun is still pretty darn hot. So that's that. So then the next I'm going to talk about is like all over body sunscreen. So just to avoid like the hassle of like having to like put it all over, wait for it to rub in, I've always preferred a spray, just because it's easy, it sprays, you don't have to get your hands messy, and it's good to go. So the one that I was originally using was the CVS Sheer Mist Sunscreen, and this one was an SPF 70. I used to be really big on like the higher number SPFs, but probably for the past year or so, I stick to about 35 and under. But anyways, at either rate, this one was an SPF 70, and this was a Sheer Mist Sunscreen, and this was like the drugstore version of the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Body Mist Sunblock. And I loved this. I loved it because it was just clear, even spritz. I'll show you. See a nice fine continuous mist, so you could just do your whole body, no problem. And you know, you want to, when you are using sunscreen, reapply about every 2 hours or so, just a reminder. But this makes it really easy to toss in your bag and reapply. So now what I recently got to replace this that I like a lot better is the Coola Sport Pina Colada Sunscreen Spray plus environmental protection. This is amazing. This is the brand that Small Flower kind of talked about that I really wanted. I'll link a video of their entire review of the Coola line. But this one, I got it on Hautelook. It was recently on Hautelook, so you could wait and see if it ever comes back there. But if not, you could just get it on Smallflower or Coola.com. And I freaking love this. It smells amazing and has just as good of a mist. And in fact, this one spreads wider, so you get more of your body than the Neutrogena one, so I like it. And it smells like a pina colada. Oh, so good. And with the CVS one, as much as I did like it and used it for years, I do feel more of a like residue. And with this one, it's less of a residue. It just feels more like maybe like an oil, and this one feels ever so slightly like greasy. This one smells kind of like chemically, and this one smells amazing. Like, it just smells like summer. It legit smells like a pina colada. I love it. So this is the one that I will be using. So an option for you if you want to go organic, or if you just want to pick something up from the drugstore. Next is face, and I don't use that same one for my face. If you did want to, I think they say you could just put some on your hands and put it on your face, and I've done that before in the past. But the sunscreen that I was previously using was the Peter Thomas Roth Uber Dry Sunscreen SPF 30. Now, this one isn't a drugstore one. It is more expensive. This is about $50 at Sephora. If you're looking for a drugstore one, I unfortunately threw mine out because they ran out. But I recommend the Cetaphil lotions. They have an SPF, I think it's like 50, which comes in a smaller tube that you kind of squeeze. And then they also have like a regular kind of pump daily lotion with SPF 15. So I was using those from the drugstore prior to using this one. Now, the Peter Thomas Roth Uber Dry Sunscreen SPF 30, I kind of love this one because it's uber matte. So you put it on, and normally with sunscreen, like when you put it on your face, well, at least for me, my face would get super, super greasy. And with this one, there's no greasiness whatsoever. Excuse me, sorry. You just kind of rub it in, and then it just leaves your skin kind of matte. So there's no greasiness, no shine. It actually works really well to help my makeup stay on a little bit better. It doesn't control oil, but it doesn't contribute to your oil either. So if you have really like oily skin and you don't like putting SPF because it just adds to the oiliness of your face, you might want to try this. Now, very similar but more natural is the Coola face sunscreen. And this one is the unscented one. They also have a rose scented one. And this one is the matte finish with a tint. And it has an SPF of 30. Now, I took a gamble on the tint one with this because it only currently comes in one tint. And it's pretty light. So darker skin tones would want to get the untinted one because you can see it's pretty light. And it doesn't really tint, in my opinion. It's almost like the tint dissolves, but it does leave a little bit of a cast. Like, it does lighten my skin a little bit, and I think that on darker skin tones, this tint might come off ashy, so you would just want to get the regular one. Now, this one, like, as you're drying it, it kind of turns, it almost feels like liquid powder, if you've ever used that, where it just kind of turns into like a matte powdery finish. So I really like this one as well. It works just like the Peter Thomas Roth. My only con with this one is the pump. I thought I was going to like that, but this is kind of like you have to squeeze and pump it at the same time. But otherwise, I really am loving this as well. Also picked it up in that Hautelook sale. So that's kind of the face. And then the next thing that I always worry about is my lips. So for the drugstore stuff, I normally just use the Chapstick, regular old Chapstick. And this one has an SPF of 15. There's the Blistex Deep Renewal SPF 15. And then this one, which is organic and drugstore, which makes me happy, is the EOS one. And I forgot what the SPF in this one is. But I know it has at least an SPF 15 in it. So the yellow one, I think, is the only one with sunscreen if you're going to go EOS. Another natural one that I use, she doesn't make these anymore, but a family friend of mine used to make these. And it's from Green Beauty Herbals used to be the name, and it's peppermint. And this one has an SPF of 15. And it's all completely natural, vegan, and I love this one. But this is a really good alternative. It has a nice citrusy lemony, super lemony, like sorbet scent to it, and it's fun and cute and available in the drugstore. This is also available in drugstores, or you can find them in other stores. This doesn't have an SPF in it. However, it helps if you're going to be like in the sun all day just to weatherproof your lips. And it's the Burts Bees Lifeguard's Choice Weatherproofing Lip Balm for sun and snow. And I use this. Chicago winters are really brutal, and so are Chicago summers. But I'll show you, like, it does like kind of leave a whiteness on your lips, so it's more of like a care product. But I do use it if I know I'm going to be like sunbathing, which I rarely am, but just a little FYI. So that's kind of like my legit sunscreen that I use. But other things, I wanted to mention that I know a lot of people aren't too keen on buying sunscreen directly, and luckily for you, like moisturizers are just incorporating sunscreen into the moisturizers. So they're kind of taking the extra step and the extra legwork out for you. From the drugstore, not very cheap, but like I said, you could get the Cetaphil, which is cheaper than this one. But I do like the L'Oreal Youth Code, and that one has an SPF of 30, and it's just their day lotion. And then a little higher end / more organic is the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer with SPF 40+. I like this one a lot too, except for the scent. It kind of has like a marzipan-y cherry scent that I'm not too crazy about. But otherwise, I like both of these moisturizers that include it. Also, really good stuff that I like for reapplying. Like I said, you want to reapply about every 2 hours. And I just chuck this Peter Thomas Roth Instant Mineral SPF 30 in my bag. And it just makes... moisturizing, reapplying much easier because it is a powder. And you know, throughout the day you want to probably control shine. So I just kind of do this and dust it on my face. And it helps kind of touch up my makeup / put more SPF on my face. So I like that. And it's very convenient. You just throw it in your purse. Another thing you could get are the Supergoop sunscreen swipes. And it's just like a big cloth, kind of like a face cloth. Why can't I think? But anyways, it's just a wipe, and you can just wipe yourself down with it. So this is kind of easier to carry around in your bag as well. So I think the key to remembering to touch up is making it as easy and messy free as possible. Then lastly, I did want to talk about the fact that, like I said, a lot of companies are putting into the skincare the SPF already. A lot of companies are also putting it into your makeup. So with your foundations from the drugstore, I mean, most of the drugstore ones, this is the Maybelline Fit. It's a really nice lightweight one for the summer, but it also has an SPF of 18. And then this is higher end, the Smashbox high definition, and this one has a SPF of 15. You can also get, which I don't think I brought out, but like Bare Minerals, most mineral makeup does have SPF in it, so that's also really good. And then for the lips, this is my favorite line. I don't even have a high-end one because this is just my favorite line for the summer. We have the Rimmel Moisture Renew. This is the lip gloss, which I love, and it has an SPF of 15. And then the lipstick, I think, also is SPF 15. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, or 18. The lip gloss, or the lipstick has SPF of 18, but these are really nice. They're really shiny. They're like perfect colors for the summer because they have a nice shine on them. And they come in a range of colors from really like neutrals to really fun bright ones. So those are my picks. So yeah, that is my little overview on skincare. Down below will be a lot of links that will help you out. I'll also try to put a link that's a little bit more informative on like reasons you should wear sunscreen, what you should look for in sunscreen, that sort of thing. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope you have a happy and safe summer in the sun. Talk to you guys later. Bye.